Very pleased to be joined now by Purdue quarterback David Blough. David, I know you've been a little bit banged up here in camp, so give us a sense of how you're feeling physically and where you are in relation to being ready for the opener.
Yes, sir. So last week we had a scrimmage on a Saturday and dove for a pylon and kind of landed on an outstretched arm. And, you know, we had a little bit of a scare there. And really it's come down to having a great communication with the coaches and doing a ton of painful rehab with the strength staff to be able to get back ready to play. We've made so much progress over a week. Got people back home who have known me and said I've always been a fast healer, and it's because of the strength staff and the athletic training staff here that have helped me get back ready. We're eyeing a return this week, hopefully in the middle of the week, full go. So, you know, we have time to prepare for Louisville.
David, what's it like having a head coach so involved in your position, an emotional head coach, a head coach that communicates sometimes softly but often bigger than softly? How's that? How is that? How's that going?
That might be the finest way I've ever heard it described.
He's the king of the euphemism down here. Yeah.
Right. Coach Brom's been fantastic, man, and being able to play the position that he played in the NFL, he's learned from some of the greatest to ever coach the position. He knows what it's like to be a quarterback, so he tries to set his quarterbacks up to be successful. So you see in practice where he's holding the bags in front of your eyes and your vision's blocked, or he's screaming at you, so the whole team knows that nobody's safe from a butt chewing. And you know, that's part of the position. You got to be able to take it and lead the troops. Even when the coach is getting on you. So being able to learn from him and walk into our meetings and learn something new every day from him and his brother, Coach Brian Brom, it's a dream come true for quarterbacks.
What's the install been like? I mean, I'm not asking about plays, but I'm just, as you get into the playbook, as you get on the board, what's that been like for you this year?
You know, back in the spring, they handed you this install book, and you notice the content of it. I mean, they kind of just threw it at you and said, hey, learn it. And day one install, if there were 100 pass concepts in it, there were 100 pass concepts in day two install. And you had to learn it. You had to know, or else you weren't going to know what you were going to be able to do out here on the field. And so then you really start learning how they teach it and how they coach their tempo plays and what they look for in the run-pass option stuff. And they teach you just the fundamentals of football. So when we do switch things up from formation to formation, make different plays look the same and same plays look different. Really what your reads are, and so you can be successful as a quarterback and be efficient. You know, find those completions. They're all about finding completions.
So how is this offense different than the other ones you've played in?
Yeah, I think a lot of it will be timing of the play call, but the tempo. Coach Brom's so good about incorporating tempo for our offense and being able to catch the defense off guard. We really are an attacking offense. I don't know if you guys got to see it so much today at practice, and then we're going to push the ball down the field.
David, you spoke very eloquently at the kickoff luncheon. We were talking about it before we went on the air here about your work at an orphanage in South Africa. Give people who didn't have a chance to hear that just a sense of how that's impacted you personally.
Oh, man. Yeah, so I said it in my speech, and I think this is the best way for me to put it. It holds a special place in my heart, really, where there are people without clean water, without an extra pair of clothes, where they don't know where their food's going to come from for the day, and it puts it all in perspective for me. They love me the same if I throw 5 touchdowns or 5 interceptions, and trust me, I've done both. And, you know, it puts it all in perspective that like Anquan Bolden said as he retired just last night, the game of football is incredible, and it's taught me so many things about life, but that's not what I'm defined by.
David Blough, outstanding quarterback here at Purdue and outstanding in so many other ways as well. Thanks a lot for your time, David.
Thank you so much for having me.